Hey everybody, McKyler here real quick to remind you to go check out our Patreon. We've got 7 bonus episodes up there right now and an 8th one coming up soon. If that's something that sounds fun to you, go sign up at patreon.com/doinglearning. Hope to see you over there.
Welcome to Doing Learning. I'm your host tonight, McKyler. As always, I got my co-host here, Daniel. I got a weird one for you this week, man. When I started this one off, I had no idea where it was going to take me.
Okay.
The rabbit holes that I've gone down here, it went completely sideways. And all of the structure that I had up front, I was like, I know what I'm going to talk about. And we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And then I started getting into it and it completely blew all of it completely out of the water. It's this, Daniel. Color. It's color. That's my topic for tonight.
Like not the concept of color?
Dude, it is. That's what I'm saying. It gets so much stranger than okay, what is color? Why is color? Historical color, cultural color. How do you interpret color? How do your eyes work? What is color? It's philosophy of color. It's art history. It's bizarre.
Are we going to go into the architect of color?
I don't know what that means.
I will tell you what it means.
The architect of color?
Yes,
you're going to teach me. You're going to do me some learning. I love this. Vibe with me tonight, Daniel. I like this. What's your favorite color?
There's a lot of. Let me take you on a little story.
It's that complicated? Okay.
For the longest time, here's little Daniel. Little Daniel. Let's take it back. When I was younger, I was like, oh man, what's my favorite color? My favorite color when I was a wee lad was brown.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Brown was my
underrated.
Yeah, brown was like my color.
You know, it's a good color. That's a weird color as a child to pick as your favorite.
But then one day, I specifically remember, I don't know what I was drawing because I'm a terrible drawer.
Still or just back then?
No, still. Like, oh, terrible. Even worse colorer. But anyways, it must have been a coloring book because I can't draw. But I was like filling it in and stuff like that. And I remember filling in a tree, like the bark, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, my favorite color, yeah. And I'm like shading this thing, like going hard on the outside, light on the inside.
Okay.
You know how you typically do it, right? And I'm like, what else is brown? What else is my favorite color? And I couldn't think of anything.
Just trees.
Just trees, bark on the tree. So I think from that day on, I'm pretty sure it was like around 02.
So is that when did you change your favorite color?
I did. I changed it to red.
Okay, you're like, trees, yes. Nothing else is brown. Red's my favorite.
Yes.
So, okay, what about red do you like?
Here's the thing. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know because I like the color red. I like how it looks and stuff. I don't like red on me. I don't own red stuff.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen you do anything associated with red.
No, I don't. I would say red is my favorite color. I do have secondary favorite color, which is purple.
Okay.
But besides that, and I guess third, maybe tied with second.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Green. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So you go red, then purple, then green.
Around there, yeah. Sometimes I flip flop green. Like, I mean, I'm wearing green right now. Green is probably one of the things I wear the most, but I do love my purple. But red is my favorite.
Red's your favorite.
Yeah.
Just without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. So
you pick that if you're going to pick something like, where does that manifest itself in your life? Does red, like you've never driven a red car that I know of?
No.
You don't have red clothes?
No.
I've never associated you with red. This is actually really surprising to me. Like, I don't know what I would have guessed. Maybe green green. I can't guess every color. But like green or blues or purples more like the cool tones.
Yeah.
That's maybe what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
Maybe green because you like Xbox stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right. Yeah. No, you're right on.
So
like,
you
I have my own, like, I guess, personal logo for like my gaming stuff,
okay.
and it's green.
But red's your favorite.
But red-
I'm not gonna get you wrong. I'm not gonna get you crossed up here.
No,
I got you. Red's your favorite.
I will say the best color, because it's different from my favorite. The best color is blue.
Okay. Why is blue the best color?
Oh, that I might come back later because that's
Okay.
That's
Hold on to that.
architect. That's architect
That's
stuff.
architect stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Okay, cool. I don't know where this is going to take us.
Okay.
I hardly even know where to start. I was going to go to Home Depot.
Right.
Didn't have time. I was going to buy get some paint swatches. I'm going to see if I can still do it. I was going to have you name some colors because colors always have just wild names. You know, like when you're going to buy a paint at Home
Like
Depot,
besides
they're
like periwinkle or something like bread box.
yeah, they all it's not just a number or anything. They're always named
Yeah.
something. They have some crazy name, and I was gonna have you name some, but now I don't have the names to go off of. So
Like you were gonna make me guess.
yes, I'd be like, Daniel, do you see this like this orangish color
Yeah.
on my phone here? What would you call that color?
Besides what would it say primary?
Yeah, no, that's just it's a color palette.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Like that orange kind of seems like
What's the vibes it's giving you?
what's the vibes? What's that flower? No, not a flower. I don't know. It's definitely not. I mean, it's an orange, but it's not orange.
It's kind of burnt.
It's
It's kind of a burnt orange, but it's not like Texas orange. It's kind of
no. It's
salmony. It's like a salmon Texas orange.
now you're saying salmon Texas. That it just reminds me of the Longhorns logo.
Oh, you want me to show you? Let's pull up Longhorns, just so you can see that orange.
Okay.
I wonder if it has a special name.
The Texas Longhorns orange?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Longhorns orange. Everybody knows that. Come
Texas Longhorns burnt orange.
on. See,
That's not what it looks like.
what do you mean?
Look, hang on a second.
Can you do a picture in picture?
No, I don't know. I'm getting old, Daniel.
I mean,
I'm swiping my iPhone with my index finger. That's a different color.
Can you go like this?
Ah, what do you want from me? I want this picture.
Oh, okay, it's a little darker.
It's darker, right?
It's darker.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not.
It's not quite the Longhorns. This one's brighter.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I would call that.
You don't want to call it? Would you? What about the purple?
Ooh. I don't know. Royal purple?
I don't know. Probably maybe. I don't know. I suck at colors.
Oh, dude, me too.
I have picked this topic because I firmly believe. Well, okay, I know that there's basically infinite colors out there, right?
Yeah.
Like it's combinations of all of this
course.
different lights and how the light combines and how our eyes perceive the light and all this weird stuff. I'm a proponent that there are like 10, 11, 12 colors max. Like they're
Just like
They're
primary
categories.
colors and
Yeah.
they're off shades like left and right.
yeah, like not even that far. So I'm like black, brown, purple, green, yellow, blue, red. What else is there?
I don't even know what you've said.
I don't either. I lost track. But I'm at 7 colors and I'm running out of colors.
So
like
like
I don't know,
cyan is not a color.
that's
to you.
blue. Probably. I don't know. I actually don't know what color. I think it's blue, right? Dang it. I gotta look it up.
Wait, cyan or cayenne?
No, cayenne's the pepper, my friend. Right?
I don't know.
I think it's cyan. It's cyan. Google's told me. That's blue.
That's like green blue, bro.
No, it's just probably. It probably is. I have to admit my own faults here. I do this drives my wife crazy. I round stuff.
What do you mean you round?
I round it. I round this to blue.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that's close enough. That's blue. You know what I mean? Like pink, that's red. That's light red. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna waste my time with that.
You don't think pink is a color?
Well, it is. It's just it's light red. Like I gotta keep track of all the colors. And so I lump them. Like I get it.
But you can't lump pink. Pink is a Power Ranger, dude.
Pink is a Power Ranger. Maybe there's the Power Ranger precedent here.
Yeah.
What are the colors of the Power Ranger? Green, black, red, blue, yellow,
Red.
pink, and red.
I think you said pink twice, but yes.
Shoot. I'm at 7 again. But is there like a white ranger?
Yeah, there is a white ranger.
That's white, which would make sense because I think the only one I missed was pink. Purple?
There is not a purple ranger.
Oh, I feel like there should be a purple ranger.
That would be the best ranger.
It wouldn't be red? Just your favorite. It's not the best.
Exactly.
So Blue Ranger is the best.
No, Blue Ranger's the coolest.
No. Okay, so it doesn't correlate to best color, not best ranger.
Yes.
Coolest ranger. What's best ranger?
Everybody knows it's actually white.
I truly don't know.
Oh my gosh. We're going to get roasted on our ranger knowledge.
Isn't this subjective? What do you mean? Isn't there?
No.
There's an actual best one.
Yes, there is an actual
I don't
best
know
one.
jack about Power Rangers, to be really truly honest. I just think it's really funny that the red one's not your favorite. And not the coolest.
Well, it's almost like the Ninja Turtles too, dude. Raphael, he's red. He's not the best.
Yeah, true.
So
The blue one's the best in that one, right? Leonardo?
No.
He's the blue one?
No.
What? Who's the best one then? What do you mean the best? What's best mean?
The best one is Michelangelo, the orange one. Everybody knows that.
Because he's the funny one.
Not only that, but he's the last Ronin, bro.
We're deep into my nerd gap here, I suppose.
So like every Ninja Turtle has their own special weapon, right?
Uh-huh.
So Donatello has the staff.
Okay.
Because he's timid, I believe, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody, but he still gets the staff to like be defended. Raphael has the little slides because he's very aggressive, but he needs to learn how to be precise.
Okay.
Right? Freaking Leonardo he has a katana. Katanas are like very dangerous, but in the right hands are wielded really well.
Uh-huh.
So he's very composed and stuff like that. And Mikey has a nunchucks because he's very clumsy. He doesn't have a clear thought, and yet you need a lot of concentration for nunchucks, right?
Okay.
Nunchucks. But if you go deep into it and go into the dark side of the turtles, they start dying off. The turtles one by one start dying off.
Are you talking outside the 4 or the 4?
No, the 4.
Spoilers for Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if people don't know this by now, they're not into TMNT. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for that, which I did, but I'm not apologizing. But Mikey takes up the mantle of his fallen brothers, takes all the weapons, and he becomes the BA, dude. So, see, it all depends on that aspect. Orange,
okay,
best.
So let me link this back. You said all of these things with their temperament and their weapons, and that's related. Think about this for a second. Why are the colors that they are? Why is Leonardo blue? Why is Raphael red? Red is an aggressive color.
It is.
It's typically associated with aggression, anger, passion, those types of feelings, right?
Agreed.
100% purposeful. They picked those colors on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Blue, confidence.
Yes.
Purple, I guess I would say along more the lines of timid, or maybe approachable, softer. And then orange is levity, light, energetic,
Right.
totally purposeful.
Yes.
Right? Like think of anything else of like what color is I guess there's some colors, of course, that we're not coming up with. We're not talking about here, right? They kind of all have their associations. It's very fluid. It's very open. It's very subjective, right? Like we all see these colors, but we interpret them in completely different ways. So like think of all the other things you might see. Pepsi, it's blue, right? Well, they couldn't do red because Coke had red, right?
Right.
But blue instills confidence in a brand, right? So you'll see a lot of corporate brands choose blue because it's very official. It's very confident. It's you can put your faith in that company. Red might be more, we're going to go get this stuff done. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be go-getters on this type of thing. Orange, again, levity. Yellow, energy, joy, those types of things.
Okay.
Like they're very purposeful, right?
Right.
You know what really blew this up on me? Right. So this kind of permeates. Like this is kind of universal for people. Is like these colors that they instill these different kind of ranges of emotions and this psychological approach to color. But what gets really strange, right, is these colors do mean different things in different places, right? So I learned way too much about stuff, right? So one thing that I always thought was true, Daniel, and you can speak to this maybe, hopefully, is in the United States, we're very used to the color of death and mourning is black.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
What is it in Mexico and Hispanic culture nations? And like, do you know? Because this was something I totally thought I was wrong. I thought I had it, and I was totally wrong.
To be honest, I might lose my Hispanic card, but no, no.
It's black. It's just black.
Okay.
But I, for the longest time, thought it was yellow or orange, or sometimes purple. You'll see purple, but that's not for death. That's for the celebration of life. That's Dia de los Muertos, right?
Right. Because of the flowers.
Yeah, on the ofrendas, right?
Yes.
Yes. So they do yellow and orange symbolically to represent the guiding of the spirit back to a location. It's vibrant, it's bright, it's joyful.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the color of death. It's black.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's red. I read. And then if you keep going and you go to like Mayan culture, sometimes it's blue because blue represents the flow of life and water.
Okay.
So their color of association with death is blue.
Interesting.
So we have all these associations that we tend to take these things that we experience in our everyday lives, and sometimes you apply color to them or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And you associate these colors with these things and these things with these colors, but that might not line up exactly with all throughout the world, right? So everybody's got a color for death or mourning, but it's not necessarily the same everywhere. In a lot of Asian cultures, it's white because that's kind of a purification of your life and your soul, and you're moving on to the whatever's next, right?
Right.
So for them, it's not black and mourning, it's white for spiritual cleansing type approach. Sometimes it could even be red for luck and taking luck with you.
Yes.
So it's completely all over the place. It's completely subjective for something that is so concrete and we're all used to. Like the interpretations of it are completely bonkers everywhere. So I thought that was really interesting. And I think and this is really where things started to depart for me. And I think another place where I can lean on you to get your thoughts and your experience is with all of this, these, I don't even know how I'm going to link this in. With all of these things, your interpretation, this is the craziest thing. Color is language. So you bilingual speaker will interpret color differently than somebody who is monolingual. Right? So like somebody who's, what is the word for it? It's called linguistic relativism, which just means that if you speak multiple languages, you're exposed to these different cultures, and the culture that is baked into the language itself, you're going to experience color differently.
Okay.
It blows my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So that was like this whole other thing too of, I don't know if this is true because I know just enough Spanish to be dangerous, right? I wouldn't call myself bilingual. Like
Mr.
I'm familial.
Bandito.
Yeah, right. Yeah, El Caballero. They say that if you're like presented with a difficult, maybe it's moral, ethical, maybe just technical conundrum, if you process that thought process in your second language, you will be more rational because you're not as tied in and as keyed in to the emotional aspects of your language. And so your brain just filters it all out, because where your primary language, your first language, and your second language come from in your brain are different parts of your brain. Your second language is the same one that like, it basically it's in the same areas. So it filters out all of those other thoughts and you end up approaching the scenario in a more rational way. So they're saying if you have a hard time making a decision on something, do it in your second language.
Does that come true if you know more than two?
I would say so. I think it just gets more nuanced.
Right.
So like, how far do you take that? I don't know. I couldn't probably process a difficult decision in Spanish. I couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So I think, if you know 4 languages and they kind of,
right,
2 of them pretty well, and then the third one and the fourth one, you're like, okay, it kind of counts. I would say there's probably diminishing returns for that. I'm sure it just makes it more complicated, but
and is there a color? I don't know if correlation is the right word, but like as a Hispanic living in the US, and just I don't, besides talking to my family, my wife, my siblings, I don't get a lot of opportunities of just straight up speaking Spanish, right?
Right.
At what point does your secondary language become your first language?
I wanted to ask you that. What do you think is your primary, like, what's your first language? What's your main language? It's
so I think there's a fine line of what my primary language is and what my first language is.
Okay.
Because definitely my first language is Spanish, right? I didn't know English at all growing up. I had to go I remember all the way up until like 5th, 6th, 7th grade going to ESL, English as a second language.
Okay.
Because I had to like learn English. I learned English through the public school system.
Okay.
But now that I've learned English, which is kind of crazy because most people wouldn't think I didn't grow up, that they would have never guessed that English wasn't my first language because of there's no like accent or anything like that. It's like pretty fluid, you know, unless you have a super keen ear, right? And the fact that I don't know a lot of words, sometimes I trip up on my words and whatever.
Vocabulary is the hardest part. Yeah. I hear you.
But English has become, yes, I would say my primary language because that's the environment that I'm in, right? That's, I talk to people and all that stuff. But if you peel it back a little bit, and it's weird that you say decision making, right? That you divert to your second language if you want to make a hard decision. But when I start thinking about things like in my head, the first language that I'm thinking in is Spanish. Like the voice in my head is in Spanish. When I don't understand what's going on in my first language, then I divert to English. like because it's like
Interesting.
it's like a problem that I'm getting in English. My brain processes it in Spanish, and if it still can't process it in Spanish, it switches to
It
English.
switches.
And like, oh, okay, I know what to do now.
That's wild.
So it's like it's always like this game of like, because like I try to like break down things like, oh, in Spanish, like, oh, I don't know what that word is, but what would it be in Spanish?
Uh-huh.
And can I correlate that word in Spanish and figure out what the problem is? Okay, yes, I can. And if I can't, I'm like, okay, think about it now. So like, but it's something that happens automatically
Yeah.
and happens
Oh, yeah.
fast. You know, it's not like I'm sitting there like, oh, I know this.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you do that because that's what my brain sounds like when I start thinking in Spanish. It's like, yeah, I can find the words slowly, very, I'll get there, but that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, which is it's funny. I mean, I know that this is kind of going on a tangent, but it's so funny because if you ask me, hey, what is this word in Spanish? So I'm trying to translate from English to Spanish.
Uh-huh.
It's just like,
Yeah.
give me. I know what you're talking about. I know what you mean. I know the word. It just give me a second.
Yeah, and then putting you on the spot. It's
Yes.
just like if I just started talking to you in Spanish, you would just reply back.
Exactly. I don't have to think about it. It's a natural. Which another thought that just came up to my head, which is crazy. There's this thing that people are saying, like, I don't know how long they've been saying it, but I just recently heard there's two different types of people, right?
Okay.
There's the people that are bilingual,
Uh-huh.
and they're the people that are biliteral,
Okay.
which is basically means when you're bilingual, you can talk two different languages.
Uh-huh.
When you're biliteral, not only can you talk, but you understand everything in both languages.
Huh.
So basically, kind of like if you picked up a textbook in your secondary language, you can pick it up, read it, fully understand it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I can do that. Like, if I can
Wow.
go and like, I can understand it. I can understand, like, I can, because I'm reading it, I understand the language.
Yeah.
Do I understand the literature of it?
Yeah, you'd have to put some horsepower into
Yes.
some actual real true effort.
Exactly. Like reading a book in Spanish, I understand what the words are individually.
Yeah.
But when they're constructed in a certain pattern to create a story,
Yeah.
it's a lot. I have to, I definitely have to work a little bit more. I have to maybe like, oh, I've never seen that word in this way. So in a sense, yeah, I'm bilingual, but definitely not biliteral. I can't just,
I've never heard that.
yeah, I can't just pick up a book in Spanish and truly understand it all 100%.
Wild. So what if you were watching a Spanish TV show with Spanish subtitles? Would your brain just shut off?
I honestly, I think
I'm sure you would just focus on listening.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of, I'm sure you've listened. I mean, you've watched a TV show with subtitles in English, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's hard not to look at the subtitles.
Oh, I read them all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But then like in Spanish, when I'm listening to it and I'm reading the Spanish words, I'm just like, those words don't match up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's not what he said. That's not what it is at all. Or like, that's not how they said it. So it is
so
that.
maybe Spanish subtitles are not far enough along.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. I've noticed the same thing too. I'm trying to get better, and so I'm doing exposure therapy,
Of course.
right? And just like turn on anything that's Spanish media, right?
Mhm.
And what I've noticed too is there's not a lot of good resources for I can hear it in Spanish and like the voiceovers are great and the translations are good, but
Mhm.
then for some reason like the subtitles are they're just like different words
Oh, yeah.
that do say the same thing.
Mhm.
So it's like if I focus enough, it's like, oh yeah, both of those sentences make sense, but that's not what he said.
Exactly.
But they translate kind of the same.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh, this is awful. The best one that I found so far, Bluey.
Oh, dude.
It's a rockin' show.
Dude. Bluey, we started watching it in Spanish and
It's really
it's
good.
amazing.
It's really good. And
Wait, do you listen to the Spain, like the Spaniard Spanish
No,
or the
Latin
Latin American?
America.
Yes.
yeah, dude.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, it's
like,
so good.
I'm like, not only that, that's one TV show that I'm just like, they did it beautifully. Like for kids, and for adults,
Yeah.
it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it gets you.
It's really good.
It hits you hard sometimes. I'm just like,
I haven't got far enough.
dude.
I'm like 4 episodes in.
Dude, for me, it like, I'm not a dad, but
Yeah.
yet, hopefully, but I'm just like, I can feel it though. I can
Dude.
feel the emotion.
He's a good dad.
I'm just like, okay.
so I should probably bring it back here.
Yeah, colors.
There's probably a reason Bluey's blue. I don't know. Maybe he's a boy dog, and because isn't he blue? Is it boy? So then why is the mom is a brown dog?
Yeah,
and the dad is a blue dog.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they've ever actually said anything that differentiates gender for the children.
The children, they're girls.
Are they both girls?
They're both girls.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected. Again, I'm 3 episodes in. I don't think they've ever said like my daughter, my sister, none of that. Bluey's blue, looks just like her dad, which, okay, I guess that's fair. Anyway, they led me astray with the colors. Maybe I read too far into it.
They're blue healers.
They are blue healers.
Yeah,
so yeah, blue and red healers. So
yeah.
All right, maybe I shouldn't read into it. I've started applying color to everything. I'm like, oh, yeah, Spotify's green. That means I don't know, calmness or something. I don't know. I'm like, I started getting almost too far into this stuff.
You started spiraling.
I started spiraling. I watched this video. It was like the philosophy of color.
Okay.
And I like had to pause it several times because I'm like, what? Like I'm not in the right state of mind to comprehend what they're saying here. So like it was this really cool. It was somewhere between history, like art history, science, and like this breakdown of what color is and why we interpret it in the ways that we interpret it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like it went all the way back to like Newton, my dude, right? He's shining white light through prisms and he's like, check it out. There's the visible spectrum, the rainbow, right? Mm-hmm. This is what you're used to. So this is, and he is very scientific about what color is, right? It's a light at a specific wavelength. Boom. That's it. Right. And then, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. And then a poet, like within the same, was it the same time frame? I don't even remember. I have to look it up and fact check. But a poet, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Goethe is like Goethe or something. It's pronounced. He's foreign guy. I'm gonna butcher his name. Goethe. He's a poet, and so he started looking at color in like a different way. And it was much more of like a relational, like a relationship with color, and like it's something scientifically objective. It's light at a certain frequency, right? That's what makes a color for light. But language will affect it, and your prior experiences with it will affect it. So like if something traumatic happened to you when you were a child and it involved the color green, you won't like green. Right. Like that kind of thing. Or maybe something, I mean, think about this too, Daniel. Maybe something really awesome happened as a child for you that was red that makes you like red so much. Like if you don't have any other ties to it, like maybe there was something where like your favorite something as a child was red, or like, I don't know, you know, right. It could be a family member that wore red all the time and you had a really good relationship with them, or you know what I mean? It could be anything. Yeah. But those kinds of experiences affect your relationship with color as well. Right. So the way he described color, he said it's where the brain meets the universe. Color is where the brain meets the universe. And that's where I'm like, I got to pause it. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, what does that even mean? So, and then it went even further. So it's like, picture this thought experiment. If you were Newton and you thought of color in the same way, in just a purely scientific way, your world you could see the world in black and white and still have all of the information that you need to discern color, even if everything was black and white, because you'd have evidence-based data, right, experiences, observations that say this black and white spectrum, it's a black and white spectrum. It's going to go from, it's going to have different shades of gray, right? If you turn something grayscale, you still know that there's different shades of gray and all of this stuff. And you could say this gray is this, that's red, right? This gray is red.
Right.
You know what I mean? This blue or this gray is blue.
Yeah.
Well,
that's how they get like these old timey movies where they restore them, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So like scientifically, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
So then the thought experiment is, if you can do that and objectively have all of the data that you need in this experience to experience color without having the color, then what does the color buy you? If all of a sudden you can see color, what does it buy you? And mostly, it's the relationship, the feelings that are invoked by color,
right? The
ways in which they're used, and that they're manipulative, and you can use them to make you feel certain ways. This guy, he was the first guy to maybe, I don't know, maybe he's the first guy. He was one of the first proponents of you paint the kitchen like yellow or orange or something that kind of incites hunger and energy. But then in your office, you want like a cool tone, a blue or a green that helps you focus.
Right.
He was one of the first people that did. Newton would never have done that, because color is just light. It's very, it's very much in a box. But Goethe, he says, no, color is more than that. It's a relationship. Well, okay. So then I guess we're going to stick with psychology of color.
Well, let's go. Then, I'm ready.
So then,
strapped in.
If color is a relational thing, what does that mean for, you might have that personally, that feels pretty one-sided. Well, what is the environment's relationship with you and color? And why are things certain colors? And this shows up in a few weird places. So think environment. Why would something be a certain color? It's to help it do its thing in nature, right? I got to give you an example before I lose everybody. I had to watch this video like 4 times. I'm like, what on earth are they saying? So think about this. We're in the rainforest. We're in the jungle somewhere, right?
Well, are we in the rainforest or are we in the jungle?
They can be the same.
Can they?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. There is a difference.
There is a difference, but they can be the same thing.
Okay.
A jungle is a much more generic term for a really kind of bushy, overgrown area. So like you can describe, heck, even maybe some stuff on the Western Slope, you can describe it as a jungle, because it might be like evergreen. I wouldn't either. But like if there's scrub oak and up in the trees and it's really dense and there's plant life and vegetation, that could be considered a jungle.
Okay.
Typically they're in warm climates. Yes, totally. And there's a lot more connotations with jungle in that. Rainforest is really, really specific. They're in certain locales above certain elevations that are certain age.
Okay.
So like really, really specific. So like, and then cloud forests is more elevation based, but like primary, secondary rainforest, the only difference is age.
Okay.
So,
anyways, rainforest, jungle.
So that's where we are. We're in the jungle or the rainforest.
The Amazonian.
You know what? Why don't you pick? Is that the one you want?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't. I don't know if it matters.
I don't know anything.
You've been to one. You've been to a rainforest.
Maybe.
You've been to Costa Rica.
That's one. Yes.
They have them in Mexico too.
Maybe.
Probably not in the Dadgum Center where you guys go.
No, probably not.
Where they have the mummies.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just leave that little teaser.
It's a good one.
It is a really good one. I hadn't thought of it. I might put it on my list, but if you beat me to it, I would love to know more about it.
I got pictures.
I know. I want to see them. I'll let you take it. You just surprise me with it. I'll forget it and then surprise me with it.
We'll all forget it and then we'll eventually go back to it.
It's episode 65.
Damn it. Now I got to put a timer on it.
Schedule your post today. Okay. So we're in the jungle. We're in the rainforest. I should pick. We're in the rainforest because I like that.
Perfect.
We're in the rainforest. I like that. There's monkeys. Okay.
Howler monkeys?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's howler monkeys. There's other monkeys too, but let's focus on the howler monkeys for just a second. What do the howler monkeys eat?
Fruits?
Fruits?
Yeah.
Why? Well, I mean, we know why, but
For sustenance.
what about the fruits makes them easy to come by?
The vibrancy of the color.
They're bright, they're colorful, they can see them.
Yeah.
So why would the fruit be bright and vibrant and noticeable?
Well, I mean, the name of the game is spread your seed, bro.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is beneficial for the survival of the fruit to get eaten.
Yeah.
As contradictory as that might seem, the fruit wants to get eaten.
Yep.
I mean, it can't actually have any desires, but it's beneficial for its survival of its species to get eaten because parts of that, the monkey's going to spit them out or whatever. There's some of that, but then they're going to consume them and they're going to deposit the seed.
Yeah. The dropping
way
somewhere
elsewhere.
else,
They're going to have dropping somewhere and that might plant that plant somewhere else.
Yep.
So it's this mutualism that is completely bound by color. If these fruits were dull or
If they were brown.
if they were brown, then the monkeys wouldn't eat them. They're not going to survive. But the vibrant ones, those ones will. So
Mhm.
there's almost it's almost an aliveness to this fruit, right?
Right.
They're not making decisions. It's just what's beneficial for them. There's like a motivation basically that makes this fruit the way that it is. And I don't know. I find that wildly fascinating that fruits are the way that they are. So that way,
Yeah.
this relationship, I don't know. It's bonkers to me. And it's completely color driven.
Yeah. I mean, it's something
Completely.
you maybe don't think about every day. You're like, oh, but like the first thing I personally, this is just me, don't like mangoes because I just don't.
Okay.
I don't know. Hot take. I think it has
Scathing reviews.
Well,
I just saw the listener count just drop.
I just think it's because I think I almost choked and died on one of them
Mm-hmm.
while eating them.
Yeah, that's a negative experience.
Yeah.
Certainly.
But I will not lie. When I see a mango that's like this fiery red orange,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, man, that looks so good.
It's the same exact thing. How do you know when your bananas are ready to eat? How do you know when they're sweet?
I like mine brown.
Because they're sweet.
Yeah.
They're sweeter.
Yeah.
When they're greener, they're starchier.
Yeah.
And as they transition into yellow and into brown, they get sweeter. The sugars develop, the starches turn into sugars. And then you go, now I want it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening in nature, right? So it's beneficial for those fruits to do that.
Yeah.
And it's completely based on color.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's this weird cyclical, self-dependent relationship
Yeah.
of they both shape each other, and that's why the colors are the way that they are. And I think what really blows me away about color in general too is, again, it's where the brain meets the universe. We have something that's really, really scientifically based. We know kind of how color works. We know that light it emits color, right? The wavelengths emit
Mhm.
color. When something hits like a pigment,
Right. Yes.
then it's absorbing all of the color except for the one that you see.
Dude,
And so that's what's reflected back into your eyes. And then what gets really, really strange and what completely turns this whole thing subjective is that by the time it goes into your eye and hits the rods and cones in the back of your eye, we don't all see the same colors. They're probably pretty similar, but I don't know that there's a whole. We used to ask each other as kids, right? Like, is that we would never know the answer, but like, I wonder if, if I'm looking at, I don't know, I don't have anything. if the gold on this, the yellow on this is the same, like, am I interpreting this color exactly the same as you? Or does this, we were always really dramatic about it, and that's probably not how it works. It's more subtle than that.
Right.
Is that I see like this nice yellowy gold color. Even
though it's green, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. In your eyes, what you see looks like my green.
Yeah.
And so it, like, I don't know, this whole color inversion thing flipped on its head.
Right.
And it kind of goes further, because I'm sure you've done this too. There's so many optical illusions that are completely based on color, right?
Oh yeah.
So you've seen the ones, it's called accidental color. I think I've got that right. If you stare at like just a white background with a colored dot in the middle, like it might be a red dot or like an orange dot, and you stare at it for a while and you just kind of whatever, and you stare and you stare and you don't blink and you stare and you stare and you stare, and then that dot goes away.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now you'll see a blue dot. And I heard this in that same video. There's a really interesting phrase where they said the eye creates freedom for itself by seeing the opposite when it's forced to see the original.
That's
again, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to sit down. like what on earth, right? If you stare at something long enough, if I stare at my computer, I've got my computer up here, there's a nice red bar, and I look somewhere else, I will see what is kind of its complement, right? On the color wheel, you're familiar enough with the color wheel. You'll see its complement. I don't know that it's 1-to-1, because it turns out there's like 500 different ways to classify the color space that like eventually goes into your TVs. I'm like, I'm so far down the rabbit hole, right? Blowing my mind. Right. When we started like CRT TVs,
right,
each pixel is broken into RGB, right? You know this.
Yes.
And if it's either on or off, you can only get, turns out, 8 colors. That's 8-bit color. Well, as you kind of split those channels into, well, if it's more than just on or off, like the green channel on a certain pixel, maybe you can go half on and full on.
Yep.
Right. Then all of a sudden you've got, I'm going to get this totally wrong, but anyway, you got like 18-bit, you get 24-bit color, or like 16-bit color somewhere in the middle, right? Your color combinations just immediately explode into how many colors you can interpret.
Right.
And so this technology, like how you represent color that tries to mimic how your eye interprets color, is like it's like this unending battle. It's like you had CRTVs, they got better, they turn into LCDs, liquid crystal display.
Yes.
The problem with that is that it constantly had a backlight on it, so you never got black. You can never get black on an LCD. It's impossible. And so all the colors end up looking kind of washed out. They're not really good representation. So if you took a photo and you put it on an LCD monitor, you'd be really disappointed with how it looks.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, okay, well, what about LEDs? Well, those are really great, but then they're kind of big. And so then they went with OLEDs, which are organic LEDs, which are organic compounds that behave in the same way, so that you can you just get closer and closer and closer to actual representations of how the eye interprets light.
Right.
But it's completely independent. It's completely dependent on each individual.
Yeah.
You can get really, really close to a perfect color representation, but at the end of the day, our eyes work differently from me to you to the next person. So you can never really get there, even though it's all exactly the same basic inputs that's like fully defined. There's just this step right in the middle, your eyes, that just like completely blow everything up.
Yeah,
how you interpret color.
Yeah,
and then how you feel about color and your experiences with color, and how the brain just links color to your experiences. And and what I don't know what you like and what you don't like. It's like I was looking forward to just being like, oh yeah, culture and color and stuff, and it's like this is like probably one class in art history. I'm just like, oh my dear goodness, this goes way further. Like color is language. I should come back to that because I never finished my point.
Okay.
And it's going to drive some people nuts. So this is for those people.
Maybe.
This is it's for my wife. This is for my wife. She knows. How is color and language related? Here's where it is. We're talked about color and relationships and how language has a culture to it in and of its own. Well, all right, Daniel. So you know a couple languages, right? So of all the 7 or 8 languages, all the allegedly that you said earlier, you self-alleged.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah.
So this probably works really well with my like 7 or 8 colors that I could come up with earlier, right? You can translate those really, really easy. I have a question for you. Can you think of a color in Spanish that does not exist in English? Because I'm sure you're like, I don't know. Like, are you like?
I don't think I'm familiar enough with colors because, like I said, first language, primary language, primary language, switched off my first language, and it's the sad truth of living in a culture where you don't use the language as much.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there definitely is, but right now, like, and it goes back to that putting me on the spot. I can't really think of anything. I'm just like,
that's what you did tell me not to do that. So I'll give you the answer. Different languages, because there's a lot. There's like 7,000 languages on the planet, right? Mm-hmm. That's a lot. The words that we use to describe colors they're not a one-to-one match across the board. It's not even close. There are some cultures that have like 40 words for green, but they don't have any words for blue.
Really?
They treat blue as a shade of green. And so they value green a lot more.
Oh my god!
And they don't value blue in the same way.
Well, they're wrong because blue is the best color, but continue.
So like that totally blew my mind. There's like, they showed this picture and they're like, there's 12 colors. 11 of them are green and one of them is blue. They're like, if you showed this like to somebody who spoke this language, they'd kind of have a hard time identifying which one is different because they're all like shades of green. Mm-hmm. So like, they'd just be like, that's green. So it's like my color rounding, but it's based in their language. They just don't have a word for it. So it's just like, that completely blew my mind. And so our relationship with colors is based on our language because we have words for the colors.
Right.
And I think that's, I don't know. I think I'm going to definitely take that with me and think about that because I only use a certain amount of words to describe colors. And what does that say about my relationship with colors and my culture, I suppose, with the emotional side of the world and color and how all of that is interrelated, because I'm giving up on the more nuanced shades of, turquoise or I don't know, ruby or I don't know. I'm going to start making up colors because I don't know the words, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, fuchsia, periwinkle.
Keep going.
Argine.
Wait, what?
That's a mineral, right?
I don't know.
I don't.
Argine?
Yeah. Argyle?
That's a pattern. It's like diamonds.
Maybe.
Diamond pattern? Like an Argyle sweater?
I don't know.
You heard it here, folks.
English is my second language, bro.
It might be a color to you, Daniel. You have a word for it.
There you go.
So tell me then, after all of this, your thoughts on blue and color architecture?
Yeah.
Have we danced around it at all?
I think a little
Or is it like
yes,
one more thing out of left field? Because I would love to just get blindsided again by color.
It's a little bit. I think you like you were like tiptoeing on it.
Okay.
You said light. You know, when light goes into the pigment, right?
Uh-huh.
Every color gets absorbed except the color that it rejects, and that's the color you see, right?
Yes.
First of all, I think that's crazy.
Wild.
It's so crazy because despite the fact that I don't know, maybe most people already know, I don't know. But white is a presence of all colors.
Correct. When you're talking about light.
Yes. And black, it's the absence of all colors,
Mhm.
right? Which is crazy because you would think the opposite when you're talking like just like when you mix colors, right? Like you mix all the colors and you're like, oh, you get this brown, dark thing. It's like, oh, you would think that black is a presence of all colors, but it's not. It's quite the opposite,
Because
right?
it's pigment based.
Yeah. To me, I think blue is the best color,
Best color.
because blue almost not, it's not technically, but almost does not exist in this world.
It's very rare. Naturally. Right?
Naturally,
Yeah.
naturally, it's very rare. But there are some species of animals.
Yeah.
The best example is like butterflies
Yes.
that know how rare this color is, which is crazy that they know this, and they reconstruct. They basically built, they're architects, like their molecular level,
Okay.
to make the light refract in a certain way to reveal blue. It's not in their pigmentation, it's in the structure
Interesting.
that they make to refract blue.
What comes to mind is a morpho butterfly,
Mhm.
which is a really, really beautiful. I don't know if it's like the what do we call it? Like the national butterfly or something like that. It's in Costa Rica. Humongous butterfly. I mean, it's many inches across,
Mhm.
and it is blue, 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 baby. And that is really interesting that like they've somehow recognized that that is a unique color.
Yep.
And then they use that
Yeah.
as their relationship with nature
Exactly.
for some reason. I'm sure it's to be attractive
Yes.
to the rest of their species.
Yeah, but it's like what? Less, I believe it's less than 1% of the animal kingdom are thought to have natural blue pigmentation. Everything
Wow.
else is structural. Structural, like what you
Natural
see,
blue pigmentation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
which is insane to me. I remember seeing this like on YouTube. There's like and the butterfly is the best example of the structure of it. I saw a video of how butterflies take advantage of this, and maybe we'll link this somewhere because it's a definitely interesting look. But that's why I think it's so, like, blue is so rare naturally
Yeah.
that it's almost like you want that uniqueness, you want that rareness. We see blue all the time everywhere around us. Like, blue is so prominent, but I don't think people realize how rare
Oh yeah.
true blue is.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that it's so rare, but it's still dominating the colors,
Yeah.
that makes it the best color.
Yeah.
Like,
That's really interesting you say that. Yeah, because like the original, like to make blue paint took metal, like cobalt.
mhm.
That's why cobalt blue is such a popular color. It's made from metal. So it's one of the earliest ways to be able to make it.
Mhm.
So, and I would supplement that and kind of counter it of purple is also in that family. That's like the quintessential one I've always heard of, is that kind of back in the day, and maybe it was back in the day, like we just
Mhm.
hadn't figured out how to get purple,
Yeah.
but the only way you could make a purple dye was from a sea snail.
Mhm.
And there was a very, very small amount that they kept in a gland. I don't know why, but there's this little stuff in a gland that they take that and you can use that as a dye. and that's how you get purple. And that's where royal purple comes from.
Royal
Because
purple.
only the rich could afford
Yep.
this because it was so difficult to get. So it's kind of right there in the same family.
Yes.
So, but why is it that nature kind of prefers blue over purple?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's more purple flowers than there are blue flowers.
I would
say just generally.
I would say generally,
on
yes.
vibes only.
Yeah. On vibes only.
On vibes only.
It's funny God dang it. I can't believe I'm gonna say that. The state flower for Texas, I think it's the blue bonnet, but it's purple.
I'm not gonna say anything, you just know.
Yeah.
The blue bonnet is purple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
The Texas state flower
Let
is
you,
the wrong color.
I-
Nice. They should have just called it the bonnet. I don't know.
I think unless I'm, you know what? I'm just gonna look up Texas state flower.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I was just spelling it wrong. So, I was spelling it as a bonnet.
English is your second language.
English is my second language. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I guess it kind of looks blue, but it looks more purple than it does blue.
You got a picture for me?
I do. Look. I don't know where that goes in your rounding.
Right in the middle. That is a tough one. Oof. The one on the left looks blue. The ones on the right look purple.
Yeah.
That's a tough round.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
But yeah.
But it's not, I mean, it's not like without a shadow of a doubt purple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Or blue. Like blue bonnet, you said?
Yeah, blue bonnet.
So, I mean, it could be bluer. It could be bluer.
It definitely like a vibrant blue. But
so I guess I'll say the one thing I didn't cover in all of this tonight is my own favorite color.
yeah. Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back right to the beginning. And I'll say this, the world, I saw statistics too. The world's favorite color is blue. Most people prefer the color blue.
That's crazy.
And I would say for much of my life, I was a blue guy. I was a nerd when I was a little guy. Turquoise was my favorite.
Oh, that's not even rounding at all.
No, I was so nuanced and cultured as a child, and I don't know where my naivete passed along, and I started rounding. But yeah, turquoise. I don't know if it was because it was a fun word and hard to spell, and my teachers would be like, "What's your favorite color?" And I'd be like, "Turquoise," and they're like, "Oh, great."
You're that
I don't.
guy.
Yeah, you're that. You're being that guy. I don't know. It's a good color. It's probably a crayon, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I like this one."
Yeah.
So I was kind of I was a blue guy. But as I've grown up and looked more at the world around me,
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say green, because green is the color of life. And I think it's the most beautiful, because if you look around here, right, we're in Colorado, we're in Denver. Most of the year is brown.
Mm-hmm.
The best, I call it green season. I have my own seasons. I call it green season.
That's another topic.
It's usually green week, but sometimes if we're lucky, it's green season, where the foothills turn green, the
Mhm.
grass, all the grasslands turn green.
Yes.
And for a couple of weeks, maybe before the summer heat comes, the world is alive. And that's why green's my favorite color now.
I mean, it's a good reason, man. It really is. I love the changing of the colors here in Colorado.
Yep.
But yeah,
I think my favorite color change is from brown to green.
yeah. It when I see my grass going, from like its stagnant state from winter
Oh, yeah.
to like right before the heat, like you said, come, and I just see all my grass green. It's a good feeling.
It's really nice.
It's a good feeling. And the trees growing their leaves and everything. It's a good feeling.
It's the color of life, baby.
Yep.
So I think that's why it's my favorite. But this was a fun one, Daniel.
Yeah. Ninja Turtles were involved, Power Rangers. you know.
And it all comes down to color, man.
color.
It permeates everything.
Mhm.
I won't look at it the same. I'll probably keep rounding. It's functional.
Well,
But I'm going to know in my heart. I'm going to know in my heart of hearts that there's more than 10 colors.
yeah.
And I've always known that, but maybe I'll say it out loud and I'll admit it. So,
Hey, everybody. We'd just like to take a moment to thank our Patreon listeners. You know, we do this all because we love it, but it helps greatly when people are out there that believe in us and help us out. And those people are Liz D, Seth T, Irvin H, DaDog, and Miles T. Thanks, guys, for helping us make our little dream keep going.